Okay, I see the red light. Why don't you get the whole class?
I can't, really get that.
Okay.
So you want me to get everybody?
No, just from there. Just from
All right.
there. Just kind of hand it
Well,
over.
we'll start with you.
That's okay.
And then we have
All right,
Veronica.
this is statistics, right? We're going to talk about the normal distribution today. Right. It's almost like a fish oil. Okay. That's enough.
Hey, you're just having a good time. That's hello.
All right. I can send you this if you
know,
want to put it on Facebook.
I don't think I can really see that in here, hon. Jim, I don't think I can really see that.
You can?
I don't really think so.
Oh,
I think,
you're doing fine.
okay,
Can you point it towards us?
I am.
Oh, good. Okay. So there's only, in normal distributions, okay, these are continuous. The previous chapter was discrete. We had whole numbers. No whole numbers this chapter. It's all percentages and values, right? So there's only two things we can find. We can find a value, some value that's associated with a percentage, or we can find a percentage that's associated with a value. Either way. So this, I think, is all six possibilities, right? So if we're looking for a percentage, which usually happens, that means we're looking for some probability. So they give us a value. So we have to calculate z first, right? Once we get a z, we look up the probability for that z in the table, in the front of the book. And then we have to think, what are they asking? Are they asking for less than? And that's it. We just write it down and we're done. Okay? If they're asking for more than or greater than, whatever we find in the table, we have to subtract from 100%. Okay?
If they're asking for what?
Greater than. Most, remember, the table's set up for less than. Sometimes they ask us for a greater than percentage. Okay? So then we have to solve for z, look it up, and subtract it from 100. Sometimes they ask us for the difference between two z's, right? Or the percentage between two particular scores. We have to solve both of those, find a z-score for both of the numbers, right? Look up the percentage for both points and take the difference. Okay, we did one or two of those last time too, right? So what we're going to do today is just like part C from that problem. They're going to give us a percentage, and we have to go back to the value. Okay? So this is on Encore, so I stuck it there. So this is the formula we can use. So the number equals whatever the mean is plus the z-score times the standard deviation. Okay? So we can use that to find any value. So if they give us a percentage, you say, what's the value? We find the percentage in the body of the table. Okay? Somewhere in the middle of all those numbers, we find the closest percent. Then we look at the z value that's associated with that. We look up at what the standard deviation is in the problem, substitute into this formula, and solve for x. Okay? It's kind of what we did with C last time. Okay? If we want it greater than, they say, what's the percent greater than some number? Then we have to take that percent, subtract it from 100, look up that percentage in the body of the table, find the z-score, look up the standard deviation, solve for x. Okay? And we're going to do a couple that are symmetrically around the middle, which is a little bit crazier. So what if we ask for the middle 50%? Wow, we can do that. So what you do is you take the percent they give you, divide it by 2, because it's symmetrical, right? Half is on each side of the curve. Add it to 50, find that sum in our table, and find the z-score for that, solve for the x in the formula. So that's it. Get it, Virginia.